Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and I have a problem today and I would just like to talk about it. Okay, I have a problem. First of all, I'm tired and I have a headache. I'm tired and I have a headache and I have sleep boogers in my eyes apparently. Alright. I'm recording this, I don't know, what's Thursdays today? Today's Thursday. I'm recording this Thursday. It's going to be late. For no other reason than yesterday, everything kind of, I was real busy yesterday. We had our appointment yesterday. It was an okay day. It wasn't incredible. It wasn't bad, which I will take an okay day, but the dryer has decided to take a crap on us. And yeah, that dryer's not old enough to take a crap on us, but apparently the lint built up and caused it to overheat one of the circuits, so we ordered a new circuit and it should be here today, and hopefully I can wash some clothes. I can wash them. I might have to hang them up to dry because, after all, I'm leaving tomorrow. That's not the problem at all. That's not why I'm on here. I am working on something, okay? And I want to know, do any of you guys have this same problem that I have? Okay? That light is real bright in my face. And yes, you can see, because I know somebody's going to call it out. I put more purple in my hair, and they're staining around my edges, which even though I scrubbed them, the staining is there, okay? I just added some more purple, so I was extra purple for this weekend. There. Now you can't see my edges so much. Don't call it out if you see it. That's not nice. I did this by myself in the bathroom mirror, so the fact that it is as purple and beautiful as it is pretty good. Now, I'm working on a blanket. I am working on a blanket that I did not design, that was designed by Premier Yarns. I told you guys I'm working on something with Premier Yarns. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. The pattern is fine. Jen has a problem with keeping her edges straight. Speaking of edges, please tell me I'm not the only one that has this problem. The blanket is not building straight up and down. And I can't show you because it hasn't been released yet. Okay, but it's not building straight up and down. It's kind of doing this. And in order to do this, that means consistently on every row or every other row, I have to be decreasing on this side and increasing on this side. I can't see where I'm doing that. I can't see where, why do my blankets always coppeline? Why do they coppeline? And I know some of you have also had problems with this, and it's only specific stitches or designs. So this, for example, okay, when I made the blanket that looked like this with the block stitch, otherwise known as, I think this was the Luke blanket. I believe this was the Luke blanket. I had zero problems keeping my edges straight on that blanket because it's the Boggy Creek blanket that we designed for the Boggy Creek blankets, okay? That also had a design to it, have zero problems with my edges being wonky on either of those designs that I created. More often than not, my blankets either do this or they just go sideways, or they will increase. Like, I have a Halloween blanket I made a couple years ago. It started off and then it eventually went out and out and out. Why is this? Why? I'm counting my stitches on this blanket that I'm working on. The stitch count was slightly off, but not enough. Even if the stitch count is off, it doesn't make sense that it's going sideways at all. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. The base of the blanket, there is a design to it. Not like this, but there's a design to it. The base of the blanket is half double crochets. I have stitch recognition. I know what a half double crochet looks like. I know what the edge stitches look like. I think, maybe, and I could be wrong, I am struggling, and I know that this has been a problem in the past. I struggle when the first stitch of the blanket of the row is a chain. So if I took the chain, I eliminated the chain stitch, like chain 2 counts as a half double crochet. If I eliminated that and I just chained 1 and put a half double crochet in that stitch, I think that might alleviate the problem. Might. I think it's the chain 2 that is screwing me up, and I'm so frustrated with it. I'm so frustrated with it. And I told you guys I'm on a time crunch with this blanket, and the blanket is fine. The pattern is fine. It's Jen is crocheting it. It's more of a parallelogram than it is a square. It's so frustrating to me. Any advice? Any useful advice? I know a few of you, because I've mentioned this in the past, a few of you have said put stitch markers on the edge, the first stitch and the last stitch. Put stitch marker there so you know that that's, and I might try that too. But does anybody else have this problem? I know Wanda reached out to me. Wanda had the same problem a while ago. She said she was having a problem with keeping her edges straight. What are you doing? What's Ponyo doing? All the dogs are in here, with the exception of the one that actually works in here. He's not in here today. All the dogs. So, yeah. I'm trying to work on that. And like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to put in the blanket that I'm working on. I'm trying to put in a whole skein every day. And it's not difficult to do that. It takes a couple hours, but I consider that as my work, so I schedule in hours for that. But it's so frustrating to be working on a project, and no matter what you do, you just cannot get it to work the way it's supposed to work. It's so frustrating. And I wanted to come on and tell you guys, like, you're not the only one. If you're having that problem, you're not the only one that has that problem. I'm having that problem too. And on top of all that, I mean, trying to do all that, I also have to go try to wash clothes for this weekend. I need to wash clothes so that I can probably hang them up to dry so I have some clean clothes for this weekend. Because the dryer has been acting weird for like 2 weeks now. And luckily my husband is handy. He goes in there and he takes the thing apart and he figured out. We cleaned out the entire lint trap. We cleaned out the entire inside of the dryer. And then he realized that one of the circuit boards was causing it to pop, causing the error to pop. So the dryer won't turn on. And it's just because there was lint built up. This is, I made a funny joke and it's kind of screwed up, but I was like, I miss the good old days when dryers would just catch fire. I don't actually want anybody's dryer to catch fire, but now we have all these little like circuit boards and sensors and like all these things that can go wrong in your dryer. And we were talking because the last dryer we had, I've talked about this on the channel, the last dryer we had, we bought used from a little old lady. And she said that she doesn't know, she only charges 50 bucks for this dryer. And it was an electric dryer because we have electric in our garage. And so she said, I don't know how long it'll last you. I've had it for 10 years. Well, we had the dryer for 10 years after that. So that dryer lasted 20 years, which means it was a pretty good dryer. And it was just a basic plug-in, no fancy bells and whistles like the dryer that's in there now, because every dryer on the market does the little ding, 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 like cute little music and like digital display and like all these different modes, and it can steam it and it can just air fluff it, and there's sensors in there to sense how wet your clothes are so it'll keep running. Can we just please go back to the very, very basic model of a dryer that doesn't constantly need all these little things to be fixed and repaired? I've also had problems with my washing machine. Our washing machine is fancy. It sings to me. It's got like little music and like, you know, it's cutesy. It's a top load, but it doesn't have an agitator. Like, it's a nice washer. I've had so many problems with that washing machine. First of all, I am 5'7". I can't reach the bottom of the drum. I have to stand on the step in the garage to get into the bottom of the washing machine. I'm not short. I should not have a problem reaching the bottom of the dryer. I cannot reach the bottom of the dryer, especially because like socks or underwear down there. Can't do it. Also, like, just randomly it will decide the lid doesn't want to lock. And if the lid won't turn the lock on so it can't open, it won't turn on at all. It's like so many stupid little things that, like, just let's close the washer and turn it on. Because the washing machine I had growing up, first of all, you guys know, I was dirt poor growing up. Our washing machine was in the kitchen and our dryer was in the bathroom because there was not, I lived in a 5-room house. So we had the kitchen, which was not big enough for us, my entire family, to sit down and eat dinner together. So I usually sat in the living room, like the odd child out, you know. The kitchen was tiny. The living room was, let's see, I think the living room might have been 11 by 12 feet. And our furnace was a big giant space heater in the living room. Like, it was in the living room, which means the rest of the rooms were cold because there was not central heating or anything. Like, we didn't have any of that. It was just a big giant box heater that was in the living room. And so, and then there was a bedroom, and then there was a second bedroom. And I say that because the bedroom was, I want to say, the size of a jail cell. It was like 6 by 8, maybe. So, I mean, it might have been, it was probably 6 by 8. It was small. We had a queen size bed in there that I shared with my sister. And there was enough room once the queen size, not even king size, the queen size bed, once the queen size bed was in my bedroom, there was room enough just to walk through my bedroom to get to the only bathroom in the house. And there was room for a dresser on this wall and a dresser on this wall, but the drawers didn't open all the way, and you couldn't put your feet between the dresser and the bed. That's how small our bedroom was that we shared. And so then there was the bathroom, and the bathroom was almost as big as my bedroom, which is why the dryer was in there. Yeah. So it was an odd house. It was definitely an odd house. Motherhood interrupts. All right, so yeah, I don't know what I was saying. I was talking about my childhood home. So yeah, the washing machine, I mean, that washing machine was real hardy. Like, my mom was constantly washing clothes, constantly. She was a clean freak. I've mentioned this on the channel before. She was absolutely a clean freak. And her thing was, just because you're poor, you don't have to live like it. You don't have to look like it. And so we were always in, like, clean clothes. She did not mess around. The house was always immaculate. She also had severe, severe OCD. So there was that. But yeah, I just remember the washing machine growing up, like, real simple. Didn't ding, didn't beep, didn't do nothing. It just ran, and when it was done, it was done. I'm trying to remember. I don't know where the washing machine drained out of, because it had to drain somewhere. We have, so in our house, the laundry area initially was in our kitchen, but we moved that out and turned that into a pantry. And there's a box that's cut into the wall where the washing machine hose would sit, so it would drain out the wall into the pipes. In the garage, the washing machine drains into the utility sink, right? And so I'm trying to think, like, I don't remember there had to have been a hole in the floor that connected to a pipe for the washing machine. There had to have been. Our house was also built in the 50s, and when it was built without a kitchen or a bathroom. And we know that because some lady showed up at our house one day, and it was the ghetto. But my mom actually lived down the street from the house I grew up in. Like, my grandfather lived down the street. And when they first bought into that neighborhood, it was all farmland. It was a whole lot of nothing. And then eventually, like, the city built up and turned into, like, real bad ghetto. And so she literally watched the neighborhood just disintegrate around her. And of crime, drugs, like all that stuff. Well, anyway, the lady showed up at her house one day. I was probably about 10 years old. And she's all, my dad built this house. And you could tell that some of the houses in our neighborhood, like it was not cookie cutter. Like the houses were all built at different times. There was not a general consensus of what the houses looked like or were built like. And she said, yeah, my dad built this house. It was like 1952, I think the house was built. The house doesn't stand anymore. They tore it down after my mom died. But she said when it was initially built, it was just a 3-room house. It was the living room and the 2 alternate rooms. And they used the facilities in the backyard. I guess there was an outhouse or something, right? And she said the bathroom and the kitchen was built on later. And my mom said that makes sense because at one time the washing machine blew in the kitchen. And then as they were trying to replace it, the pipes started to burst in the wall. Like they were disintegrating in the wall. So they had to take the kitchen wall out. Luckily, I have an uncle that was a maintenance man for apartments. And so he knew how to do a lot of stuff. So he he helped us a lot. Like he gave us a shower because we didn't have a shower at all. He gave us a new bathtub. We had a real old cast iron bathtub. And it wasn't like clawfoot. It was just an old bathtub. And he got us a new bathtub, and then he got us he put a shower in for us because we didn't have one growing up. Like that was something that happened when I was like, I don't know, probably 10 or 11. So anyway, when they were messing with the washer stuff, the pipes behind the wall were breaking. And because the pipes were breaking and disintegrating, they had to keep going back and buying new stuff over, and it was costing us a lot, and we didn't have money back then, and like it was bad. And I just remember the stress of it. And my mom said when they pulled the wall down, it was really weird because the wall behind the pipes was shingles. And the weird thing about the house I grew up in is the entire outside of the back so the back 2/3 walls was covered in gray shingles. The front of the house had like red wood slats on it, but the back 3 walls had gray shingles. Like the house was ugly. The front was pretty, but like when you went around the back, you're like, ooh, why would they put shingles? Like regular roofing shingles was on the side of the house. It was real ugly. And she said the same thing was on the walls between the kitchen and I guess the living room is where that would have been at. Because that was where we had there was like this real thin wall right here. And it was just the edge of the living room before my bedroom, which was right here. And there was a bookshelf here. And on this side was the washing machine. So that little tiny strip of wall. I am so tired of the constant barrage of emails from people trying to get me to sell their product. Come be an affiliate for us. We're going to send you... Can I tell you this amount of crappy emails I get every day? Somebody wants to send me an exercycle that you could put a big TV on. Or no, it's got a TV attached to it. It's a bicycle, like a recumbent bike with a big screen on it that you can put your videos on. First of all, I have a TV in the same room with my exercycle, right? Also, why do I want a screen this big right in front of my face? That's bad for my eyes. And second of all their products are not size inclusive. They only go up to 250 pounds with the exception of one bicycle. And I told them that. I'm not interested in working with you. You're not... I am size inclusive. I want everyone to be included, and they're not. And they just keep emailing me. And then right now they're like, something called Dashery. I've never heard of Dashery. What is Dashery? We want to send you a sample of our products. So you could... No, I am not a commercial. I don't do commercials on here. I talk about stuff that interests me. Like, I don't care if you're going to pay me $200 for an episode. No, thank you. No. I'm not selling my soul to these people so that I can sell their product. The amount of crap that comes in my email, tools, just weird random stuff off of Amazon. Like, hey, we'll send you this for free. No, thank you. I had one time. It was a company for a light, very much similar to the light I've shown you guys that's behind my couch. you know, light I use over my head like this for crocheting. It was very similar to that. They wanted $200 for this lamp. They'll send it to me for free if I show it. I cannot promote a lamp that is $200 when I bought one for $50. Actually, I think it was $30. I know, I'm being rude. I have something in my mouth. I'm sorry, but like, I need the mints today. A $200 lamp that I can get for 30 bucks on Amazon. No, we're not going to feature that at all. Hey, Ponyo. Scarlett stole Ponyo's toy. She's not happy. Or just like weird random stuff. Like AliExpress contacted me. I've never used AliExpress. Not interested in it. I've never used Temu. Temu used to contact me so severely, I actually had to threaten them with my lawyer. I'm like, y'all need to stop. It was like 4 or 5 times a day for weeks. I was like, I ain't messing around. Like, you can deal with my lawyer. And then also like the NordVPN type stuff that you see on a lot of the bigger channels. They contacted me one time, and I'm like, you know you made it if Nord is contacting you, first of all. But I can see your guys' age. Like, YouTube gives me statistics of the ages of you guys. And so it says that, like, I don't know, 65% of my subscribers are over the age of 50. Okay? They're not going to care about NordVPN, know what NordVPN is, or even have an interest in using NordVPN, because I'm 46 and I'm not interested in it. Now, I could see the benefits of having a VPN. I could. Specifically because I have younger kids, and I have younger people in my house that would use it and that know how to use it. But sometimes I have trouble working the TV. I couldn't get the Xbox to turn on yesterday. All I wanted to do was play Fortnite. Could not get it to turn on. I had to reboot the system like 3 times. I had to keep logging out of my daughter's account so that I can get onto my account. Like, it just was so frustrating. I was like, this is kind of pissing me off a little bit. I just want to play Fortnite and shoot at people. That's all I want to do. I just want to play Fortnite. And yeah, she totally got me hooked on Fortnite. She really did. But yeah. Oh. It is a great stress reliever to play games like that. It really is. Or it stresses you out even more because, yeah, that happens too. Especially with Fortnite, you're playing live with other people on the internet. And part of the problem is that every once in a while you'll get on with streamers. People who play video games for a living and stream it. And oh, you will get annihilated round after round after round after round. And it's really frustrating to be like the first person to land to get killed. It's so frustrating. But, you know, you just have to know there are certain times of the day and specifically in the night that you don't want to log on to Fortnite to play because you are guaranteed you're going to be slaughtered by streamers. It's a guarantee. So, and I'm not that good at it. I'm okay. I'm not that good at it. My daughter slays. She's so good at Fortnite. It is crazy how good she is at Fortnite. It's not like she's not like one of those people that plays video games all day. Like, she plays an hour or 2 before work or something like that. But she's like really good. She's actually, I hesitate to say this because he's kind of sensitive about it. She started playing because of her boyfriend, and now she's better than him by a lot because he's been playing for years and years. And I told her, I was like, you can't play with him no more because it's gonna affect his little ego a little bit. Because she's good. She's good. I told her, I was like, you need to start streaming, because sometimes I watch her just for the entertainment value of watching her go through and just like kill people. I'm like, this is crazy. She's so good at it. And she didn't grow up. She was not a gamer growing up. I don't think we really played video games at all when she was real little. I mean, her dad would. He played video games, but not, he was not, I'm going to sit down and play video games for hours. He was not that kind of guy. He would, like, occasionally on a Saturday, he would play for like 4 or 5 hours, and he would play the worst game. I hate the game he played. I think it's Final Fantasy. Oh, it's so boring to me to sit there and watch him play that game. It's so boring to me. I hate Final Fantasy. I didn't understand what he was doing. I couldn't even attempt to play myself because I don't understand, like, why are all these charts and what are you doing? And you're casting spells and you're doing this. I didn't understand it. And it's like you're going from one fight to the next fight and you're like, no, that's not my type of game. Although, gotta be honest with you, I was never a gamer growing up at all. I would play with my sisters and sometimes my sister's boyfriend. And because when my sister was like 16, she was dating this guy named Tony, and Tony would bring over his Nintendo and we would play like Duck Hunt or the game where you run on the pads, and we would play Super Mario Brothers. Like, that's my extent. When I was real little, we had an Atari. And my uncle would come over and he was real funny. He would, like, it's Atari, but he got real wild. Like, his feet were never on the ground and he'd be doing it was so funny to watch him. We made fun of him so much. I was all of maybe like 6 years old. I was like, why are you doing that, Uncle Peaches? Why is he play like that? But like the most we played on the Atari was like Pac-Man or Pong. Like we didn't even have a lot of games. We may have had 3 games, but he was. I can still see him. He was a really, really skinny man. He said he was 5'6". I think he was probably 5'5", 5'4", and he weighed all of 110 pounds. Like, he was a real frail looking always. And he would just like he would get into it so much. He used to do the same thing watching TV. Like, if something was around the corner, he'd be like, and he really loved scary movies, but he was a trip. He was a trip. I've been talking about him a lot lately. His birthday was September 11th, so that might be why, but I've been thinking about him a lot lately. It's funny because when somebody passes away, when somebody's alive, and it's very easy to get caught up in, he was mean to me, I'm not going to talk to him anymore. Or you get caught up in the, the things you feel like you can't let go of. But then when somebody dies, you're like, all right, well, I can let go of that. I can forgive them for that. Because after my mom died, me and Uncle Peaches, we had a big falling out. Like, he was real angry and mean. And I always said he was born 13 months before my mom. And he was inseparable from her. Like, he used to come down and mow the grass for us when my dad was working. Or he was down every single day because he lived down the street with my grandpa. And we saw him every single day. And so I saw him way more than I saw my dad. My dad lived with us. But he loved my mom so much that when she died, like, he died 14 months later. He could not stand being on the planet without her. And I think when he passed away, like, I was able to let go a lot of the stuff that, because, like, when I said, when my mom died, he was awful to me. He was real awful to me. He cussed me out, and he was so mean. And so I cut all contact with him, and when he passed away, I was like, whatever, I'm not coming back. I was already living in Virginia. I was like, I'm not coming back for the funeral. Like, I was hurt. And so I think after a time, like, you can start to forgive and let those things go. I gotta change my battery. And I think because it's been so long since both he and my mom have passed away now, I'm able to look back more fondly on the fun memories I had of him instead of how awful he was after my mom died. And I think I've also grown a lot since then and understand that, like, he was probably angry because, like, my mom left him and she promised she would never leave him, and she did. And so, you know how that goes. It's easy to let things go after, someone has passed away or whatever. But that took a lot of time. And it took a lot of growth on my part. So, yeah. I have so much more I want to say to you guys today, but I'm like, I'm trying to filter really hard. because there's so much good stuff going on. I mean, there's always gonna be crap in the background. There's all, like, life is life, and like, life isn't easy. Like, God never promised us easy, did he? Or life, if you don't believe in God, that's cool too. Like, life never said, hey, I'm gonna be easy, you're gonna skate through life. Nobody, no matter how much it looks like they have it together, nobody has it all together. We're all fumbling the ball. We're all struggling at certain points of our lives. Sometimes there's some people that struggle more than others. No idea what I was going to say after that. Oh, like, we're all, even if it looks like somebody has their crap all together, they don't, and that's okay. That's okay. That, you know, things might be hard right now, but just hold on to hope that things are going to get better. There was a situation that happened in our city the other day, and it really it broke my heart. It broke my heart. I wish that person had happened upon my videos at some point or another, because there was a person in our city. It was not in my neighborhood, but it was in our city, and the local, either the police department or the sheriff's department, posted about it, that they pulled someone over, and as the cop was walking up to the car, the guy put one in his own head. And that broke my heart. And then there were stories where that person's, I think it was their significant other or former significant other, said that they were suffering really hard. And they've been suffering for a while, and they suspected that this was coming. And first of all, prayers to the cop that had to see that and be a part of that, because that's hard. And prayers to the family, but more than that, like, prayers to the person that thought that was the only way out, because that is heartbreaking. And I'm going to say this as often as I can on this channel. If you are struggling, just hold on a little longer. It's going to be okay. It's going to get better. Things get hard, but it's not permanent. It's not permanent. Maybe you're going through something financially. Maybe you've experienced a loss yourself. Maybe you're struggling with your health, or you've been betrayed recently. It's going to be okay. You just have to hold on. It's going to be okay. It's not going to stay like this. And I am putting that message out there in case there is anybody that happens upon my channel that just is feeling down, or is feeling worn out, or is just tired. But I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to feel so tired from life that you just want to lay down and not wake up. I know what that feels like. It's going to be okay. It is. And if you are in one of those upswings in your life and you're like, everything is fine, I'm happy, I'm so glad for you. You deserve that. Everyone watch this video, you deserve to be happy and at peace. And you deserve to feel loved and treasured. And I've said this 100 times on the channel too. If there's nobody externally that loves you, love your damn self. Love your damn self. You are worth it. You are worthy of love. You guys know I'm doing the hard work right now. You hear the dog chewing on her toy very loudly. Madam! That's not bubble gum. That's little tiny Poncho is making all that noise with a rubber toy. My daughter found Bully Make toys at, I think it was At Home. I know that At Home, TJ Maxx, those kind of stores, maybe Marshall's. I don't really shop at Marshall's. They have, occasionally they have the Bully Make brand. Bully Make is a brand. I had their box. I paid for their box subscription for over a year before Poncho came, when there was only 3 dogs. Because you could put an extra toy in there, and every dog got their own toy in every box. And it was a good value for what I was getting, because the toys really do last. The rubber toys, you can hear, are getting destroyed. But the, is it neoprene? The plasticky, like, ones that are done on the machines, 3D printed. Those toys, my pit bull cannot tear it up. She's been trying. We have a Bully Make toy from It's got to be over a year old, because I canceled the subscription when we got Ponyo because I didn't want Ponyo to be left out, and they only give you an option for 3 toys and 3 treats. And so I was like, it doesn't make sense. I have 4 dogs. Like, we're not going to pay for the Bully Make box anymore. And then they have been chewing on one of the toys for well over a year, and it's still hanging around. Like, the edges are all smushed down, like, you know, chewed down, but it's still hanging around. So if you see Bully Make and you have a big breed dog that is a heavy chewer, try the hard, feels like a hard plastic puck toys. They really do last. Now, Oreo will not chew on those. She's old, and she likes soft toys, but then the bigger dogs will steal the soft toys and shred them. So Oreo's usually left not having anything to play with. But that, I mean, that's pack order, right? I'm not messing with pack order. She's at the bottom of the pack, and she's okay with that. That often happens with older dogs, but also her personality. She's never been at the top of the pack. She's not an alpha at all. Ponyo is alpha. Ponyo is all of 30 pounds now. She is literally less than half the size of the other dogs. And she is absolutely pack leader. She is alpha. It's actually kind of entertaining. So, I think that's it for today. I think I'm going to try to come up with a video for tomorrow. I'm probably going to record that today. I still have to do school at some point, and I need to work on the blanket that I'm screwing up massively. It was suggested that I do a tutorial for this blanket, and I'm like, better not. I better not, because I can't get it right. But I'm going to show the blanket, and we're going to talk about the blanket, we're going to talk about the pattern, we're going to talk about the yarn I'm using. I'm excited about all those things, but like, I better not do the tutorial. It's not going to be well. Like, it's not this difficult. It's just I cannot get them stupid edges to go straight. I can't. And now, like, I realized it was copping to lean this way, so I tried to adjust to bring it back to center, and now it's like, What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep muscling through it and see if I can finish it on time. And if not, we're just gonna do what we can do and hope for the best. I'm just gonna hope for the best. And with that, I'm gonna go get my water. My throat is feeling kind of funny. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.